So hey besties, come with me and we are having some fried lobster tail. So I love me a good fried lobster tail and I haven't had one in a while and was in the mood for one. So I said let me just go in the kitchen and go ahead and fry up 2 lobster tails. And y'all come along with me if y'all want to make some fried lobster tails too. So first we're going to go ahead and start with our lobster tails. I have my lobsters already thawed out and I'm going to go ahead and I am going to fluff them. There's 2 different ways that you can prepare your lobster tail. You can either have them fluffed or you can either have them wishbone. I do have a video on my page where I show you both methods on how to do it, but I like both methods. I don't have one that I like better than the other. So today we're going to go ahead and fluff both of our tails. So we're going to start by cutting down the middle of the lobster tail, but you're not going to cut all the way through. You're just going to cut the top portion of the shell because you want to keep the back intact and you want to keep the sides intact so that the lobster meat can lay on top. After you cut down the middle, you're going to go ahead and gently pull up your lobster meat. And while you're pulling your lobster meat so it can come up from the back of the shell, you're going to go ahead and gently spread the sides of the shell as well. You might hear it crack a little bit, but that's just fine. That's perfectly normal. After you get the lobster meat from the back of the shell and you get the sides open, you're going to go ahead and squeeze the 2 sides of your shells together and lay your lobster meat on top. After you lay your lobster meat on top, that is a perfectly fluffed tail. I do like to go ahead and take the legs off the bottom as well when I'm cleaning the lobster tail, and then that is how you perfectly fluff your tail. It should look just like this. Now you can go ahead and clean your lobster tails off after you got them both fluffed, and then we're going to go ahead and get ready to season them. Now while I am preparing the lobster, I do have my oil on so I can bring my oil to temperature so that when we're ready to fry these, we don't have to wait for the oil to come to our temperature. Now little mama is up in the kitchen helping me because she was ready for some fried lobster herself, and me and my daughter is the only one inside of this house that actually eats lobster tail. The rest of my family does not like lobster tail, so it's a win-win for everybody. So now we're going to go ahead and work on our batter. Now I like to make my own fish fry from scratch. You can go ahead and buy yours, but it's very easy. You can make it at home. All you're going to do is add you some flour, you're going to add you a little bit of cornmeal, add you some cornstarch, and whatever seasonings you like. I'm just going to keep it simple today. We're going to do a little bit of lemon pepper, we're going to do some onion powder, definitely going to do some garlic powder, and we are going to do some seafood seasoning. After we got our seasonings in there, you're going to go ahead and give it a good mix and make sure you get everything mixed around, because this is also going to add seasoning to your lobster, and you want to make sure your lobster has some flavor to it. You don't want it to taste plain, so make sure you go ahead, get that mixed around. And now we're basically going on smell and sight. So if it looks seasoned enough to you, then you are good to go and ready to the next step. If it is not, do not be afraid to add more seasoning. You want to make sure that everything is tasting good. Now we're going to go ahead and start seasoning our lobster, which we're going to start off with a little bit of the same seasonings that we use to season the batter. We're going to go in with that onion powder. I'm going to put a little bit of lemon pepper on there. After I get my lemon pepper on there, I'm going to put some garlic powder, and I'm definitely going to go back in with that seafood seasoning. And I want to make sure that you put enough on there, get the whole lobster tail covered. Don't be afraid to season your food. You don't want your food to be tasting plain. After I got my lobster tail seasoned, I'm going to go ahead and put it inside of my batter. And you want to make sure that you got everything covered. Now, I know there are 100 different ways you can do it, and depending on my mood is how I do things. So today we're gonna do it quick, simple, and easy. Days sometimes I do a tempura. It all just depends. So it's no wrong way, it's no right way. It's just basically how you enjoy it. You want to make sure that you're getting that batter on the top part of the lobster, underneath the tail too. Some people tend to forget to put the batter underneath the tail, but you want to make sure you get batter on that as well, the whole entire lobster. You're going to shake off any excess batter that you have on there, and then it's time to go ahead and drop it in the oil. You want to make sure your oil is nice and hot. Once you know your oil is nice and hot, you're going to go ahead and drop your lobster in there. Now a lobster tail does not take long. It takes about a few minutes. You want to fry it so it's crispy and golden brown. Then it's time to go ahead and plate it. I'm going to put me a little bit of tartar sauce, and we're going to add us a lemon, put some parsley on top because we is fancy like that. And it's time to go ahead and serve that food, and you can add whatever side orders you like or just have it plain.